Okay, so this video is going to be a little different compared to any other video I've ever done on this channel. As you know, this channel is mainly known for doing reviews and live reactions, and I think it's about time that we actually do something that can give you guys room to actually do some discussions. Now, if you guys didn't realize, we've been getting a lot of stuff concerning reboots and sequels, and then you're wondering, seeing a thumbnail and everything, what is going to happen or potentially happen with Katekyo Hitman Reborn? Okay, so as we know, Katekyo Hitman Reborn, it was a weekly Shonen Jump series that ran in Weekly Shonen Jump from 2004 to 2012, and then it had an anime series for 203 episodes, and it ran from 2006 to 2010. And after that, we haven't had anything new about this particular series. Of course, it was a very popular series during its run. I mean, how much series can boldly say, hey, we had 203 episodes, we had 409 chapters, probably some, okay? And they were probably within the top 5, top 10 and everything, and yeah, you can say the rest is history. But after that, there was a time after all of that ended, it was just quiet. Feel me? There wasn't much talk about this series. The fandom was still there, but if you compare the fandom of today compared to what it once was, it's a shadow of itself. That's without a doubt. Now, I started the series back in 2012 due to a good friend recommending me this series, and I hold it near and dear to my heart. Sure, I don't talk about it as much as I would like on this channel, but I have started recently doing, chapter reviews, and I will get back to that. But I just need to get this off of my chest. So if you guys want to chat it up in the comment section, if you want to chat it up on Twitter with me, on Instagram, of course the links are always in the description box. And if you like this video, guys, I'm just going to throw it out there. Leave a like, share it, about all that, subscribe. But with every series that's starting to get like a reboot, and if you remember, starting from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood back in 2009, from the original Full Metal Alchemist series that was in 2003, and then we got the successful 2011 version of Hunter x Hunter, and then Fruits Basket from 2001 to the 2019 version that covered the entirety of the series. And then now, within recent time, we got Shaman King, which probably was the biggest shocker to me. And of course, the biggest one of them all being the sequel, the continuation of Bleach, where the anime originally ended back in 2012, and now it's been 10 years, and we're getting back the final 2 arcs by this year, October. Okay. And then we're getting Slam Dunk. I believe it's a movie or a new anime series, and then Ryo Kenshin is getting a new reboot. I believe it's going to follow the manga after a certain point that the original anime did not do. And then you're probably just left here thinking, when is it Katekyo Hitman Reborn's turn? Now, for those who didn't really know, after the series ended entirely in 2012, there was a moment in time for about that 5-year period where it was pretty silent. Nothing was happening, and of course, when the anime ended, the manga sales did start to drop because there was no anime and nobody was knowing when the anime was going to come back. But unfortunately, the studio that produced the series, Artland, went bankrupt in 2017, so of course there was no way for an anime. But again, you would have thought by the time it ended, you would have got back another anime sequel, but that didn't happen. But as soon as 2016 came, which was celebrating the 10th anniversary of Reborn, late in December of that year, you didn't start really seeing news or anything particular really happening until 2017, and that would be first with the Bunko volumes, or better known as like an omnibus or a 2-in-1 manga volume, because remember the series had in total 42 volumes, right? So they broke it down into 2-in-1 volumes, being 21 volumes that ran from September 2017 to, if I remember correctly, to November of 2018. On top of that, they had a stage play, which covered everything the anime covered up to the 10-year arc. Okay, and it was successful. Not only that, you had the voice actress of Reborn play her role that she played in the anime, she played in the V comics, she played in drama CD, she played the character in all video games, mobile games, and now she's playing back her role on the stage play. And it was successful enough that it got a Blu-ray and DVD set. On top of that, they revised the entire anime in the sense that it now got Blu-ray and DVD box sets that ran from 2017 or 2018 for 3 box sets, if I believe. Not only that, the manga also had a manga remix where it was new covers. On top of that, there was an ebook version of the manga of all 42 volumes, this big digital manga book. Okay, and on top of that, within recent months, beginning of this year, we've had where there was an official, and I did make a short YouTube video of it, an official Katekyo Hitman Reborn Twitter page that was all about the merchandise. And then you're wondering, within the span from, call it 2017 to now, currently 2022, April 2022, you're wondering, well, all these things happening, and it can't just be the 10th anniversary anymore at this point. You're wondering, what is the Katekyo Hitman Reborn community, staff, and, you know, Japanese corporations, what are they trying to do? Are they trying to, like, not only bring back a resurgence of the series, but they want to see how invested fans are, in the sense that, like, if you compare it to the likes of like Bleach, where the fans are continuously asking and pleading, can we get back another anime, whether it be a continuation, a sequel, or a complete reboot? And it's only just a matter of time until we actually hear something, because you will find it strange that all of these other series, these older series, are now making reappearances again with new animation, new art, new soundtracks, new voice actors. And then Reborn, where fans have been asking this for over 10 years, have been asking the same thing, but yet has yet to see anything happen. And it was very surprising to hear Bleach after 10 years, but given the fact that Bleach is bigger, it has a bigger fandom overall, it was just a matter of time. Now the question is, which one is more preferable for Reborn's case? And this is just my opinion, and you guys can, you know, combat it. You can agree to disagree, but I personally believe Reborn needs a reboot. It needs a readaptation, for few reasons. Okay. Now, if you guys remember, I think it was back in the 2016 or 2017 where they had the Eld Live, one of Akira Amano's second series after Reborn. And then they had the Katekyo 24-hour collaboration, and we saw what Reborn could look like in a 2010 to close to 2020 style, with new animation, kind of like closer to her current art style. And people wonder, are we getting a second season and everything? My reasons as to saying why it desperately needs a reboot is because, as much as I hold this series dear and near to my heart, the original anime would look completely different to today's standards. Today, we are so used to the Demon Slayer, we're so used to the Jujutsu, to the One Punch Man Season 1, to soon to be Chainsaw Man, soon to be Hell's Paradise, Bleach. We are so spoiled by today's animation that if a continuation was to happen, you have to take into consideration the amount of time it would take from the last aired episode until the new aired episode, and suppose they said, okay, it's greenlit. Suppose later this year, probably around, say, September or October, I'm just putting it out there, hopefully the universe hears my answers, that they say, hey, this series is greenlit for another anime adaptation and it's going to be a sequel. By the time that happens, it may take about a year to 2 years till we actually get an anime. By that time, from 2010 to 2024, 2025, 14 to 15 years has passed. And you have to take into consideration as well, yes, you as the fan who's been a fan for X amount of time will want a continuation because you just want to see the last 2 arcs. Fair enough. But at the same time, you have to look on it from a business perspective and what the committee of Reborn is looking at. Now you have new fans trying to get into this series because they hear us say, yeah, Reborn is it. Reborn is such a fun series. It's mad hype. The characters are amazing. This and a third. And you're practically telling them to go back and watch an anime that's not to their standards from a time of like where it was kind of, it wasn't the best. It's not horrible, but it wasn't the best that it could be. And even though it did start to, grow, animation was starting to grow in the series. That's 203 episodes. Those first 19 episodes, let's be real, they were a slugfest. You're going to be telling new potential fans to watch the first 19 episodes, when even for some of us, it was difficult to get through. And we had to probably go through multiple attempts before we can actually sit down and complete this series. Because the first serious arc didn't happen until, I believe, if I remember correctly, episode 21 or 22. Remember, Katekyo is completely different from the daily life arc to the Kyoko Land arc. Right? So you will be telling new fans, go through 203 episodes before you can even watch episode 204. Not only that, the way the anime ended made it seem like this is completely it. So therefore, it would actually confuse newer fans. And I don't want this. This could be the worst case scenario for Reborn if a continuation happened. And I'm not trying to rain on your parade, but the worst case scenario for a continuation for Reborn would be, unfortunately, a D Gray Man Hollow. It probably would be that, especially given the fact that we say we just want a continuation and we're not asking for much after that because, I just want a continuation. I just want to finish off the 2 last arcs and that's it. And we want the best for Reborn. And the best for Reborn would actually be a reboot, which one is sticks to the manga source, the manga material. The original anime did cut out stuff. It censored a lot. It misplaced certain events, took them out, put them in different places that if you read the manga, it looks like a completely different story versus the anime. Okay? Fights that were meant to be filled with tension, a lot of drama, right? You were supposed to feel what the character was feeling in that moment, where it's just like it was life and death. It kind of got watered down in the original anime. Don't get me wrong, I still watched it and I still enjoyed it, but there were several things that if it was to be brought back to the beginning with new art, new animation, more than likely new voice actors, new music, it can correct the mistakes that the original had and stay true to the source material. Okay? And you also have to remember the amount of time that has passed between the original anime and the potential new anime. A reboot would actually make a lot more sense in the sense that it'll start back from the beginning and then conclude the entire series without fillers, without anime original episodes, because the manga's done. There's nothing to, bridge that gap so it doesn't catch up to the manga. There's nothing else to deter from that, right? So they can cover all 409 chapters and they can actually fix some of the problems that were in the manga. Feel me? versus a continuation or a sequel, which yes they can, but then that leaves question for the previous episodes, previous chapters that could have gotten fixed, but they weren't. I look at it as a positive way, as things that could have been changed, things that probably Akira Amano had planned, but they had to be put aside or they were scrapped for the finalized version, and she actually had different ideas that actually would probably connect the story more, that would explore the story more, which could be implemented in this new potential reboot. Again, we can get this crispy 2020 version of Katekyo Hitman Reborn with new art style, especially the animation, the sakuga. Okay, censorship is not needed. Okay, and just overall just the best treatment possible for this series, because the fandom, well, some people may have left, those who truly love this series still remain. And if we really want the best for this series, we will want to see them actually give it their all. You know, we want them to give it their dying will, just like how we've been pushing for this for so many years. And then to see how much from all the merchandise, from the stage play, from reselling of the manga as bunko versions or as mega mix, all of that, and then you're still wondering where is the anime. And then, you know, all the games and everything that's coming out and it's showing in different countries, probably like I believe it was Indonesia and the Philippines, and you're just sitting here still waiting, saying, okay, it's Reborn's time, just a matter of when. Okay. And yeah, it's just, I truly believe that Reborn deserves a reboot. Something similar to like Hunter x Hunter or even Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood style type of reboot. And with today's animation. Okay, today's animation, and if they give it that love, just how we give that love, that admiration for this series, the excitement we have talking about this series all the time, and then we see the sales for manga circulation for 30 million in total, that this series has not died out yet. The fandom is not dead as they may think of, and we're still here. We are still here. So that's just my 2 cents about it. I do hope to see like for all of you, what your opinions are on this. What do you think is the best next option for Reborn in terms of like when it gets another anime adaptation? What do you think? Do you want a reboot? Do you want a continuation? What are your thoughts on that? I just thought I had to put it out there because it's always been on my mind playing, and I never really talked about it towards anyone. So I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Guys, the links are in the description box. If you guys want to chat with me, you can always do that here. Instagram, Twitter. I'm always open up to hearing you guys' thoughts. And I'm Kimmy-chan of Anime Legends. And I will see you guys later. And Reborn, I love this series, bro. I love this series from 2011 to now going forward. And I only want the best for it. Later. With